Hey everyone, Ivo once again, and I want to welcome back everyone for my video and my movie review an adventure 65 million years in the making. Caution, death. Or how's it called? Alive inside. Caution, alive inside. Welcome to Jurassic Park. So this is gonna be my review on Jurassic Park 1993. Actually came out in June 9 in Washington DC, was actually premiere, but actually was released later in June 11 1993. And like I said, 65 million adventure, 65 million years in the making. And I'm a biggest fan of Jurassic Park, and I can say it's a classic, it's a masterpiece, is still Spielberg's best movie. And this is my favorite feature creature film. You're probably wondering why it's my favorite feature creature film of all time. It's my personal favorite movie of all time, my favorite adventure film, my favorite Steven Spielberg film. And I know Steven Spielberg did a lot of movies. He did E.T., he did that movie about aliens. I mean, was a sci-fi film. That movie about aliens, that movie about aliens. The word of third kind, something like that. From the 70s. He did also Indiana Jones films. But I would say Jurassic Park is my favorite film of all time. It's my favorite feature creature film. It's a movie that I grew up, and it's actually my favorite franchise. And there were actually 4 sequels, and of the 5 films, the original, the first one is the best one. Biggest fan of Jurassic Park. And you're probably wondering why it's actually not my why it's not like why it's my favorite feature creature film. It's there are also the movies actually the monster movies from the 70s, 80s and 90s that have probably better films. But like I said, I'm actually the biggest fan of Jurassic Park. It doesn't have to be, a horror film. It doesn't have to be a horror film, because Jurassic Park is a science fiction adventure film, and it's rated PG-13. But it doesn't have to be a horror film, so that I can say it's my favorite feature creature film. I know Leviathan 1989 Italian American film is a horror film. It's a classic. It's definitely got a lot of fan base, and I love that film. I don't mind Deep Star 6, not a fan of Deep Star 6 either. But I love Aliens, but it's not my favorite. Like I said, Demolition Man, this movie actually went and replaced Aliens. But some asshole, some moron gave me a dislike, but his fucking problem. And my favorite science fiction film is Demolition Man. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It's better than Mark for Death from Seagal. I'll definitely rather watch Demolition Man. But this movie came out 1993, and the year of 1993 was the year for movies. Hard Target came out, Demolition Man came out, Cliffhanger came out, the Rising Sun with Wesley Snipes also came out the same year. So like I said, this movie Jurassic Park came out. It was a classic. It came out over the summer of June 11. It was actually played in all theaters. It was fantastic. It definitely became a cult classic. It's a classic movie, the best one. I'll say Steven Spielberg's best movie, my favorite movie that he ever did, my favorite adventure movie, my favorite feature creature film. It doesn't have to be, Alien, my favorite feature creature film, or Aliens, or Leviathan, or Deep Star 6. But I'm actually more for Jurassic Park, because it's a dinosaur. It's actually about dinosaur films. It's for everyone. And it still has horror elements in it, like when Ellie Sattler finds she's been attacked by raptors, by raptor. She's been attacked, and she finds that the third arm hand. I was like really shocked, because it was so gruesome and scary. Or raptors try to eat people, or T-Rex goes and eat the lawyer. So it's still a scary. It still has horror elements in it. But like I said, I'm the biggest fan of Jurassic Park. No, I don't have the poster. My girlfriend bought it me years ago, but she never sent it because me and her went so many fights in it, so she probably ripped it off. But maybe someday I'll buy the first and the third one, because I love the third one more than the second one. But Jurassic Park is to me a classic. I mean, great music score by John Williams, beautiful music score, beautiful cast. It has a beautiful cast, fantastic, breathtaking, fantastic, fascinating visual effects, animatronics for the dinosaurs, fantastic puppeteers. They did great, yeah, the budget was $63 million. Nowadays it will cost $200 million, the budget for making that kind of movie. But Jurassic Park is a classic. And like I said, I'm a huge fan, but I do have the t-shirt. You see, I used to have a t-shirt as a kid. I can find that t-shirt, what happened to that t-shirt. I don't know what happened to that t-shirt. What happened. 2015, I looked everywhere. I'm such a huge fan that I went to see Jurassic World in the movie theater. But yeah, I do have my handmade. This is a handmade Blu-ray. This is a custom handmade Blu-ray cover. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it this, the first Jurassic Park, because I love the logo. I love Caution, like I said, in Alive Inside, Caution, Alive Inside. And like says here, Caution, do not cross, Velociraptor, raptors, they're great. Also the reason why I'm keeping it, because, because of the back, I'm trying to stand, because I wrote a lot of down, this scene with Ellie Sattler, you can see Ellie Sattler, Triceraptor, because this is the scene when Triceraptor got sick after eating a toxic plant, and she tries to take care of him. So I love that scene, and I love this scene, with Dr. Alan Grant, Tim and Lex, Murphy, which are the grandchildren of John Hammond. I can't read this, but yeah, no scene. It's not so high so you can't see it, but I love the scene. That's one of the reasons, and we also do have the cast, Alan Grant, Ian Malcolm, Tim, Lex, John Hammond there, and Ian behind, But these scenes I enjoy. That's one of the reasons. I do have the disc. It kind of feels like a Japanese version, the disc. It's kind of Japanese version. I'll get into it. I do also have the T-Rex, from Jurassic Park, action figure. I actually bought it in the store as a kid. It's a T-Rex, and I do have a raptor, a young raptor in it. This is a young raptor. And if you're wondering, I do have the logo, Jurassic Park. I still kept it all these years, and I found it. I still have it, Jurassic Park, the logo for it. So that's one of the reasons why I also do have. And I just got, the Blu-rays. Recently I got the Blu-rays that you see, but I do have the Ultimate Trilogy. I have the Ultimate Trilogy from the Uke. This is the back. You can see John Hammond, Richard Attenborough, rest in peace. Ellie Sattler, played by Laura what was the actress name already? Laura Dern, and of course Sam Neill as Dr. Alan Grant. That's from the second movie. I say this will be from the third movie. This is how it looks like. The back, which I do have the trilogy. I love this logo. This logo I love. Now this is actually my handmade disc. It has the 20th anniversary edition on it. I bought this in 2015. It actually has a great remastered version. I do have the remastered version. The Raptor in Jurassic Park. Be careful, it's Raptor. Which I do have the collection, the whole collection, Jurassic Park. Now, this is not a Blu-ray review, but it's not a Blu-ray review, but I'm glad I got finally, and like I said, I'm a big fan of the first Jurassic Park. I love this movie to death, it's dearly to my heart. It's a classic, which I do wear my t-shirt that I'm not taking it off. Now, to the film, I'll first have to say something off my chest. By the way, this is my all-time favorite movie. When I watched yesterday, the Blu-ray disc, this Blu-ray, it kind of looks like a Japanese version, and not a bad one. It kind of felt, because when I went and I pop up this disc, and the movie started it. You can see clearly this is actually the release for 2012, but I needed this cover, so I'm fine with it. But it's actually from 2012. It actually looks like it kind of looks like a DVD copy, like a cheap DVD copy on those Blu-rays, because it's an old logo from an old logo from Rick. It's actually an old Rick. It's actually an old logo from Universal Pictures. But on that disc, Rick, go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Like I said, on this disc, you have the old logo from Universal Pictures. It's actually the old logo from Universal Pictures. But on this disc that I just show you, it's actually the new logo for Universal Pictures. If you watch the Fast and the Furious, Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, you see the logo. You see what I mean, So this is the remastered version. This is actually more a remastered version, of the disc that I'm keeping it. But I think that the kind of rip off of the cheap DVD, but I'm glad I do have remastered the first movie. And like I said, Jurassic Park, I love to death. It's the best, original, biggest fan of Jurassic Park. Someday I might gonna revisit those films, but finally, after 3 years, I finally watched this film, and like I said, this movie kicks ass. It's a kick-ass movie. You're not going to be sorry. It's a kick-ass film, It kicks ass. It takes no prisoners. It's a badass film. It's an adventure film. It's not for everyone. I don't know if there are any haters of this film, but I'm the biggest fan of this film. And Jurassic Park is a classic film, an adventure. After an adventure 65 million years in the making, and caution alive inside, it's just great film. It's a fantastic film. It's the best film. It has great animatronics by Stan Winston. It has a great special effects. The dinosaurs got alive. I just love this movie to death. It's a fantastic movie to watch, So the screenplay was also written by Michael Crichton. Rest in peace, he died in 2008, so it's really sad. But the screenplay was written by Michael Crichton. The movie is based on Michael Crichton's novel from 1990, book the same name, Jurassic Park. And Steven Spielberg was really interested at that time, and he go to the Universal Picture and they brought back, they went and they brought back Michael Crichton to help them write the screenplay. So fantastic screenplay. Steven Spielberg didn't write screenplay, but he directed the film. I think he was also a producer in this film, but he was excellent. I mean, this movie is my movie. It's my movie, my favorite movie, and I love Jurassic Park to that. I mean, my favorite franchise. The first one I love to death. It's the best one. Yeah, it has a computer-generated imagery and animatronic visual effects by Stan Winston for the dinosaurs, for Tyrannosaurus, for T-Rex, Velociraptor, Raptor, Dilophosaurus, Brachiosaurus and Brachiosaurus. It has a great and Triceratops, like I said, that scene with Triceratops, it's a fantastic, great music score by John Williams. That scene with Elisata Triceratops who got sick after eating a toxic plant was fantastic. That scene is fantastic. Or the Travel Grant with kids, with Tim and Lexi, it's a little fantastic. We really love this movie to death. It shocked the world. It's fantastic. It's for everyone. I love Jurassic Park. It's my favorite. It's actually my favorite. How you call it? My favorite feature creature film. My all-time favorite. It doesn't have to be, every movie doesn't have to be a horror film or that people blow shit up or they go in and shoot aliens. It doesn't have to be. There can be movies like this, and I grew up with Jurassic Park. My mom bought me the t-shirt, but I couldn't find it. I still do have this logo, which is actually much better. The action figures, Raptor, T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus T-Rex, and of course the logo, the original logo, Jurassic Park, just like I have the t-shirt, Jurassic Park. Biggest fan of this film. And like I said, it's based on a novel, Michael Crichton. He passed away in 2008. I wrote down I'm trying to find out November 4, 2008, Michael Crichton passed away. So it's really sad, but he wrote a book on this film, and like I said, Steven Spielberg was interested. It view attraction for this movie, so Steven Spielberg was interested watching this film, to making this film. It holds 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. It also got 3 Oscars, 3 Academy Awards. It won 3 Oscars, 3 Academy Awards, which it got, in the US, 3 Academy Awards: Best Sound, Best Effects, Sound Effects, Editing, Best Effects, Visual Effects. It actually deserves that he got 3 Oscars. It was fantastic. It's just a fantastic film. And the story talks about John Hammond, who I'm not that much into it, but yeah, John Hammond recruits two scientists, Dr. Alan Grant, played by Sam Neill. William Hurt was cast as Dr. Alan Grant, but he passed away. No, actually, he passed the role. He wasn't interested in the role. Jim Carrey wanted to be Ian Malcolm, but he didn't got the role. I think that Jim Carrey would suck as Ian Malcolm. But like I said, John Hammond, you know, the owner of this island, the owner of this island, the owner of this island, Jurassic Park, theme park of clone dinosaurs on Isla Nublar, island of the Costa Rican coast. He's actually the owner of the park who wants to open the park. He recruits he recruits three scientists and of course a lawyer, so that they gave him his advices, if it would be a good idea and attraction, to open the Jurassic Park with cloned dinosaurs. And he recruits Dr. Alan Grant, played by Sam Neill, paleontologist, Laura Dern as Dr. Ellie Sattler, his girlfriend. She's a paleobotany. And Jeff Goldblum plays Dr. Ian Malcolm, mathematician, specialized in chaos theory. I'm sorry, but I remember the scene when Malcolm goes in the camera and opens his face, and I love it when John Hammond says, "I really hate this man." I mean, John Hammond was a fantastic performance by Richard Attenborough. Rest in peace, the actor, but he was awesome, John Hammond is a fantastic character, in my opinion. Rest in peace, the actor. He passed away in 2014. Richard Attenborough. He passed away 24 August 2014. So rest in peace. But I love when he said, "I really hate this man." But like I said, Jeff Goldblum plays Dr. Ian Malcolm from The Fly. He was in The Fly. He also came out in the sequel. He's a mathematician and a chaos theorist. And of course, Martin Ferrero plays a lawyer. Donald Gennaro, he's a lawyer. And we found out that on the theme park, called Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park, or better, just this logo, that's called Jurassic Park, in the island, which is actually a theme park of cloned dinosaurs on Isla Nublar island of the Costa Rican coast. Took a mosquito from the blood of 65 million years ago, the blood from the dinosaur, through the mosquito which they found it. They actually cloned genetic dinosaurs, and all the dinosaurs are actually female, so they're no breeders. So they're no male, they're only female. And they wanted to John Hammond wants to he wants an opinion from three scientists and a lawyer, if that would be a good idea. And everyone except the lawyer, disagree with John Hammond that playing a god, it can be a natural catastrophe, disaster, natural disaster, and they all disagree with him. And except the lawyer agrees with him. He just thinks about money. It will make a lot of money, and it will put a lot of attraction, in the tour guide. So when so in the open scene, you see, hunters, I think was the actor who also passed away, Bob Peck, who plays Robert Muldoon, a hunter. He passed away 4th April 1990, so rest in peace, 99. He plays Robert Muldoon, a hunter. They I think they capture a beast, but we don't see it. But he says kill it, because I think one of the workers gets eaten, so they go and they kill it. So I think was in the Dominican Republic. The lawyer goes and tries to find Dr. Grant, because the other rejects, the other guy rejects, so he tries to find Dr. Alan Grant. And of course, John Hammond goes in the helicopter to find Dr. Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler, and he invites them with Dr. Malcolm on his island, so they can give him his opinion, what they think about the attraction of theme park, of cloned dinosaurs. D.B. Wong is also in it as Dr. Henry Wu. Later in Jurassic World, he became a bad guy. He was also in the sequel, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. He was also in that sequel, so that's awesome. But he has a small role in the film. Samuel L. Jackson was also in this movie. I had no idea Samuel Jackson was in this movie. So during the storm on the island, because when the group, Malcolm, Sattler, and with Muldoon and Alan Grant, and of course grandchildren of John Hammond, Lex and Tim, they actually go in the theme park to look for it, to look the theme park. The storm is coming, the storm is now going on, and most of the workers are leaving the island, Isla Nublar, because of the storm. One of the co-workers, Wayne Knight from Seinfeld, as Newman, plays Dennis Nedry. He's a brilliant hacker, a brilliant worker. He wants to steal the egg, so to get money, because he has financial problems. He has financial problems, and he wants to steal an egg. So he goes on the. So he goes and shuts down the complete security, the fences, the electricity fences, everything he shuts down. He goes and shuts everything down, and he has the hacker code that is that no one can break it. He goes and shuts down the fences while he tries to go to the dock and sell the eggs, the implant eggs from the dinosaurs, because he wants to get rich. He wants to get money. He's like this guy, tells him how to smuggle the egg, and says, don't come in. Hey, we have Dodson here. We have Dodson here. See, no one cares, I love that scene. I think I forgot to write that guy down. But yeah, hey, we have Dodson here. Dodson, we have Dodson here. Took your head down, just love that. Nerdy goes, he shuts down completely security, everything he shuts down. The system, the fences, the electricity fences, the cars stop, and in the park, now the lawyer, Malcolm, and of course the lawyer Malcolm Grant, and of course the Hammond's two children, they actually all stayed in the park with the car, because the car stops, because near these stops he shut down the completely emergency. He shut down everything, completely park. He shut everything down. and he goes, with the jeep. He runs with the jeep, but then he hits the sign to where is the shipyard, and well, he tries to find a way out, because he tries to find a way out. He gets attacked by a dinosaur and gets eaten, but no one knows that. But he gets eaten by Dilophosaurus, he gets eaten by Dilophosaurus. He goes and spits him some mud in the face, he goes in the jeep and gets eaten. And of course, John Hammond says, near the guess he's not gonna coming back, and the computer expert, played by Samuel L. Jackson, Ray Arnold can't break the fence. He can't break the fence. He can't go and break the fence. He can't go and break the fence. He tried, but he can't go and break the fence. He can't break the Neardy's code because he's not coming back. Neardy's not coming back. He escaped. He shut down. They know why the hell he shut down the whole park. He shut down the emergency defenses. Now dinosaurs are running amok in the park, and Grant, the kids, the lawyer, the guy, I forgot the guy's name, Gennaro from this movie. I shall remember Gennaro from this movie. They're now sitting targets. They're actually sitting ducks because they're standing in front of the T-Rex, and which you can see, the open scene, they actually feeding with the cow. They feed in the T-Rex, but there's a sheep on it, and the sheep disappears, and the kids standing, and I think that Lexi did a huge mistake when she put the lamp on it, and the T-Rex can't see it, and the lawyer escaped in the bathroom. He escaped in the bathroom. He left them behind. And in meantime, Ellie Sattler and Robert Muldoon, the hunter, they go to find the kids, because John Hammond asked him to get the kids. Ray Arnold can't break near this system, he can't break his code. He can't get into the system because he shut down the fence, he shut down the emergency, he shut down completely everything, in the park, so now dinosaurs can run amok, and they can kill anyone. And like I said, I love that scene when Grant and Malcolm and of course the kids, Tim and Lex, are actually staying with the jeeps, they're like sitting ducks. And Tim says, where's the goat? You see that falls on the windshield, and T-Rex gets pissed, and he tries to eat them and destroys the jeeps. Alan Grant grabs that torch, and he goes, hey, and I love that scene with his head. He goes with that torch and throws the torch, and I was laughing, but I don't know what the fuck was Malcolm even doing, he grabbed the torch and go, hey, I was like laughing at Jeff Goldblum. That guy was a jackass. And he says, get these kids away, they run away. And I was laughing my ass off, I was laughing, but the T-Rex, destroys all the jeep fall down the trees, and I love when Alan Grant goes and saves Lex. He tries to save Tim. He grabs them from the jeep. They climb down, but the jeep fall down on them, and they both saved. The jeep lands on them, but they actually both saved. So that was awesome. Love this movie to death. And yeah, so now Dr. Alan Grant, he stays with the kids in the park, and he has to go back to the center. He has to go back because he stays in the park with the kids alone. And meantime, T-Rex goes and eats Lawyer. He goes, destroys the bathroom. The guys in the bathroom. He goes and eats them. T-Rex goes and eats them. And when Sattler, by the way, he goes and destroys Malcolm, but doesn't kill him, destroys his vehicle, but doesn't kill him, destroys the car, but does not kill him. So that was awesome. I love the scene when Muldoon and Ellie Sattler drive with a jeep. They showed up in the park, and they found out. They now found out that they're actually, that they found Malcolm, but they can't find Dr. Alan Grant, and the kids. They can't find them. They can't go and find them anywhere. And I love that scene when they put the Malcolm in the jeep, and the T-Rex goes and chases them, He goes and chases them. He goes and chases in the jeep. I love that scene. Stan Winston did fantastic job on animatronic of T-Rex. It was fantastic. I'll get more into it. I'll get more into it. I'll be right back. I have to go something. I'll be right back. I apologize for that. I actually apologize for that. It was emergency. Now to the film. In meantime, when Dr. Alan Grant and Lex and Tim are actually in the park, Ellie Sattler, Ray Arnold, and John Hammond, they try to find out how to figure it out, the codes, to break. How to find out, and they go in to break the near this code because he's not coming back, and the only way they say to shut down the computer system, because that's why they can destroy his virus, because it has 2 million codes. It's impossible to find 2 million codes in that short time. People are dying on park. People are actually dying. And John Hammond says to Ray, to Samuel L. Jackson, do it. So they shut down everything, So they had to shut back, but they have to go back to the maintenance shed to turn the power back. That's the best thing. And we also know that Lex is actually a hacker, a computer hacker, which I'll get into it, But meantime, Dr. Alan Grant and the kids, Tim and Lex, Dr. Alan Grant doesn't like the kids, he, like the first encounter, this kid doesn't show respect. He goes and teaches them, says, show a little respect, because of raptor they can eat you while you can watch your guts out, He says, show a little respect to the kid. I love that. But they found they don't found the meat eater. They actually found a vegetarian, because she says, Lex says I'm a vegetarian, so they found a vegetarian. Brachiosaurus, Brachiosaurus goes speeds on Lex. I was laughing on them. So now they go to the park and they actually meet. I think they were raptors or those dinosaurs who are actually running, I didn't wrote them down, but they were actually running, and we see a T-Rex. He hunts them, he's hunts those dinosaurs. He goes those small dinosaurs. He goes hunts them down, eats them. He goes eats them. They're actually their prey. He's a hunter. So I love that by Tyrannosaurus. I love that by T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus. Love that by Tyrannosaurus. That he does that. But they go now to those fences, and they actually go to the fences. They climb those. They actually go and climb down. Yeah, I love that scene when Tim Allen and Legs they actually go and climb that perimeter fence. The perimeter fence who are actually with electricity on it. They're actually with electricity on it. High voltage with electricity on it. Yeah, they actually have perimeter fence, with electricity in it, but because the system is still down, and Ellie goes to the maintenance shed, she opens, she goes and she turns the power, she switched the power back, and she almost gets hit by raptor. She's a survivor, and when Alan Grant and Lex already make it, they climb the fence because there was no electricity in it. But already the system is now open, and Alan Grant says, "Tim, come on, jump, jump!" And Tim starts counting from 3 to 1. He gets electroshock, and he flies right from the fence. That's my favorite scene. He flies down there, and of course Alan Grant goes and says, "Tim, come on, no, Tim," and he goes and saves his life. I love Dr. Alan Grant. He's a hero. He's a badass. He's a hero. So then finally they go to that center. They finally make it to that center, and Lex and Tim, they go to the main kitchen. They're actually attacked by raptors, 2 raptors, and I love when Legs goes and she puts that raptor sees her reflection in the mirror. He goes and crashes in that iron sink or in the kitchen. He goes and hits himself in the head, and Legs escapes through the elevator. And also another raptor, Lex and Tim, they go and they lock him into the freezer, and they locked down the freezer. And meantime, Mulder goes and hunts down the T-Rex, but he gets outsmart, and he says, "Clever girl," with his shotgun, and he gets eaten, which is awesome. He gets eaten with a shotgun. He says, "Clever girl." But people are dying in this film, This movie does not take any prisoners, and of course Sattler and Grant are now fighting in it, and of course Lex goes and she breaks the codes down, She knows that she breaks the codes down, and she makes sure the telephone now works because near the broke the system, and nothing works in the farm, nothing works, and the dinosaurs are running amok on the park, and people are dying, and it was really risky, but she opens the system. No, she went and she opened the system, and the telephone works. And I love it. Grant says, "Call now, go and call now the choppers," and they do, and Hammond does that. And they're now like in this museum, and Raptor goes and Raptors goes and surrounds Settler, Grant, and the kids. And that time T-Rex shows up, T-Rex goes and eats both the raptors on the final scene, and he kicks butt, And now Hammond with the kids, with his grandkids, and Grant and Settler and Malcolm, they all go, and Grant says, after a lot of surgeon, I'm not gonna support your park, and I love it. Hammond says, I agree. They go in the helicopter, and of course the movie ends. T-Rex was actually the main star of the film, so I wrote down on it. Tyrannosaurus, or more T-Rex, is the star of the movie. So Spielberg rewrote the ending to feature T-Rex for fear of disappointing the audience. So he wrote on the final scene, when you see the bandana falls down with title Jurassic Park, welcome to Jurassic Park. He rewrote the ending. David Coeb and Michael Crichton, they actually wrote the screenplay for this film, but the end in the finale, Steven Spielberg rewrote himself. But like I said, Michael Crichton, David Coeb, they wrote the screenplay, but the finale was written by Steven Spielberg because he was feared that it will disappoint the audience, so he wrote the Tyrannosaurus T-Rex being the star of the film. And I wrote a lot about T-Rex, because definitely, if you ask me which is my favorite dinosaur, that will be T-Rex, Tyrannosaur, definitely my favorite. T-Rex will be actually my favorite of the film, because he is the star. I don't have that scene, but I do have the actual star, so that's my favorite, To T-Rex, Stan Winston animatronic T-Rex stood 6.1 meters, which is 20 feet, weighed 7,500 pounds, which is 10,900 kilos, and was 12 meters, 40 feet long. The major reason was T-Rex chasing a jeep, a scene that took 2 months to finish. Animator Steve Williams decided to throw the physics out the window and create a T-Rex that moved at 60 miles per hour, even though its hollow bones would have busted if that ran that fast. But the animator, the physics animator Steve Winston was fantastic. They actually, the animatronics for T-Rex Tyrannosaurus was awesome, was fantastic, but it took that scene in which T-Rex goes and chases Jeep, it actually lasted 2 months. It takes 2 months to complete that scene. Wonder how many outtakes, the actress Laura Dern, the actor who played Muldoon, Bob Peck, and of course Jeff Goldblum, they had to do it, because they filmed 2 months that scene. But yeah, T-Rex was actually the main star. He was the main star, so it was cool to see T-Rex in the museum, and eating those raptors. That was cool, he saved those crew. T-Rex saved those crew. Or T-Rex goes and kicks down the jeeps, so that's awesome. Movie is rated PG-13. Like I said, I have nothing against PG-13, so The Expendables 3 sucked, in my opinion. Yeah, the visual effects, are breathtaking, are fantastic. The animatronics by Stan Winston, who created them, was awesome, was fantastic. The budget for this movie was $63 million. Opening weekend US and Canada was actually, it grossed $44 million, but then it grossed to $404 million, and it made $1 billion worldwide. It was the most successful movie of all time. It's one of my personal favorite movies ever. And like I said, it's based on the novel by Michael Crichton from 1990, Jurassic Park. And It earned like it won 3 Academy Awards. It deserves it. The cast, Sam Neill was great as Dr. Alan Grant. He's a hero. He's a badass. Huge fan of Sam Neill in this movie. I already said that William Hurt was cast as Dr. Alan Grant, but he rejected the role. Laura Dern as Dr. Alice Sattler, the girlfriend of Alan Grant, love interest, and paleobotanist. She did a good job. She was awesome. I love Laura Dern. I love that she has the most heart in the film when she cares, when she cares in this scene, she cares about Triceratops, when Triceratops gets sick, when he eat that plant, she cares and she goes through that shit, he eat toxic plant, he got sick, Triceratops got sick, and she cared. Laura Dern was fantastic. Jeff Goldblum from The Fly was awesome, and he was also a jackass as Dr. Ian Malcolm, mathematician and chaos theorist. Richard Attenborough, rest in peace. John Hammond, fantastic. He took the movie, in my opinion. Love the guy to death. I love everything how they filmed from the story, from the screenplay, from the beautiful music score by John Williams. Music score, fantastic, great screenplay, story. The animatronics for Tyrannosaurus is breathtaking. It's fantastic. It's awesome. It's excellent. This movie is fantastic. It's a pure badass, a kick-ass. It's a fantastic film. I'm a big fan of Jurassic Park. Always will be. Love this movie. Incredible to that. This is my movie. This is my movie. Those are my movies. Jurassic Park trilogy. Those are my movies. Those three all did a great job. They did a great job. Those are my movies. And Jurassic Park, the first one, is my movie. It's my favorite movie. Bob Peck as Robert Muldoon was awesome. He get eaten by T-Rex. Clever girl. He was awesome. Rest in peace. Also, Jim Carrey tried to get the role as Ian Malcolm. Wouldn't work, so Jeff Goldblum was cast instead. Samuel Jackson, Ray Arnold was awesome. Wayne Knight as Dennis Nedry was good. I like him. Newman, I like him more. Newman as Newman in Seinfeld. Martin Ferrer as Donald Gennaro, the lawyer, did a good job. B.D. Wong had a smaller role as Dr. Henry Wu. Later he became the protagonist in the series, the bad guy, so that's awesome. Joseph Mazzello, Ariana Richards was fantastic as Lex Murphy. Joseph Mazzello, her brother Tim Murphy was awesome, but Ariana Richards, in my opinion, steals the movie. She was awesome. I love those kids so much. Already said, computer generated imagery animatronics and visual effects by Stan Winston are breathtaking. The Tyrannosaurus Rex is fantastic. It's a great by animatronic design. That's awesome. So now my favorite scenes. I think that my favorite scene would be actually that scene when Alice Sattler, she goes with Muldoon and Ray Arnold. She goes in the maintenance shed to turn the switch the power on, and she goes there, and Muldoon and Sattler, they actually both go and they split, and we see a raptor try to eat Ellie, and Ellie, she finds Ray, she thinks the Ray is so right, but she finds the arm, and raptor tries to eat her. That's my favorite scene. Yeah, that's actually my favorite scene because it's scary. That scene is really scary. He eat Dr. Arnold. She found his third arm. That was scary. And Raptor attacked her, but she escaped. She turned the power on with the lamp, but she escaped. She barely make it. She escaped. So that's definitely my favorite scene because it's scary. And like I said, people are dying. That scene is scary. Jurassic Park is a fantastic movie. That's my favorite scene. Then the main dining in the kitchen when Lex and Tim are actually in the main dining eating, and I love when Lex, she has a spoon and like T-Rex goes and she like shake it. That scene and like But my favorite, actually, like when I mentioned it, Tim legs are cornered by a pair of raptors inside the main kitchen, and Lex and team, not mean, the Lex and team managed to capture him in the freezer. And there's like a scene that she goes in the elevator, and there's a reflection of her, I think was from the counter, and the raptor when the girl screams, raptor tried to eat her but hit himself with the hand. That was great scene. Or when they try to all escape, Settler. There's another scene which I enjoy by the finale, the climatic finale, when I think the raptors try to eat Settler and Grant, but they hold the door, but they can't get the shotgun to defend themselves, and Lex goes and breaks that codes, and she activates the security protocol. So that's awesome. The emergency, the power, she saves everyone. That's great scene. Definitely my favorite scene will be in the main kitchen. My favorite is already when Alice Settler almost gets eaten. That's my favorite scene. So that's definitely my favorite scene. The T-Rex chases the Jeep down the road with Dr. Settler, Ian Malcolm, and Robert Muldoon in an exciting car chase of an action sequence. That's a great action sequence. It has a great sequence. T-Rex chases the Jeep. That scene was filmed for 2 months. And of course, the animatronic by Stan Winston. It was kind of really hard to create it, but he had to do it. They took 2 months, till that scene was actually fantastic. So yeah, the final scene, Steven Spielberg wrote himself, so that it won't be too disappointed the audience. So Stan Winston had to do it, and animator Steve Williams decided to throw the physics out of the window and create a T-Rex that moved at 60 miles per hour, even though its hollow bones would have busted if it ran that fast. But that scene is my favorite with the Jeep, when Alan Grant grabs the torch, the torch signal, he goes, hey, and he goes and he keeps swinging left and right, I love that scene. He throw away the torch signal, he throw away, and Marco goes, hey. That scene is another favorite scene of mine. I was laughing my ass off on Dr. Malcolm or John Harris says, I really hate this man. I love that scene. But yeah, and another favorite scene, definitely the Jeep, the action sequence, which is great executed, will be my favorite. Definitely my favorite. When Team Lex and Alan Grant are climbing in those perimeter fences, which there's no electricity. That's another favorite scene of mine. But the action sequences worked for this movie. Yeah, and Team flies, gets electrocuted. That's another favorite scene of mine. It's actually breathtaking scene ever. So that's another favorite scene of mine. But yeah, it's actually a fantastic movie. The last words that I want to say about the quality, I think you should try to watch 20th edition, because it's much better than the 2012 release. It's a 2012 release, but I'm happy I got it. I'm glad I got it. Huge fan of Jurassic Park, love this movie to death. But yeah, the cast was fantastic. My all-time favorite movie. It's my personal favorite movie of all time. My all-time favorite creature feature film. So that much I love this movie to death. Jurassic Park is the best, a masterpiece. It's a fantastic, breathtaking, the greatest movie of all time. But yeah. So that's my movie review on Jurassic Park 1993. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. I'll see you in the next when I will review the sequel. But I'm out. Peace and take care.